Superhero in Training present an award-winning writer woman from Pittsburgh. She was awarded as Top 25 Emerging Screenwriter in 2020 and Top Female Author nominee in 2019. Elizabeth-Rossi original story, where via novel and on-screen are entertain people worldwide. Thank you again for become superhero in training guest.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, I think I'm very amazed and inspired because you are a writer and composer and artist and award-winning writer and award-winning composer. So that's really good. Like, so I want you to share a little bit about you. Like, what's your background?
So my background, I'm originally from a small town in Pennsylvania called Wexford, and there's maybe about 25,000 max people. It's just north of Pittsburgh, so go Steelers. But but so that's where I grew up. It's very, hardworking, blue collar, really good values. So I was really, I think, instilled with just a lot of solid core values. And as long as I can remember, I always wanted to be a writer. Like I was always writing. Like I to this day have composition notebooks from when I was 8 years old that are filled with short stories and poems. And I wrote my first stage play when I was 12. And I got all of my neighborhood friends together and we put it on for our parents. And it was actually to Michael Jackson's Thriller video. It was a parody. So I started off in comedy, which is still like, what I love. I love to laugh. But, really being in a small town, I realized the opportunities to be a writer maybe aren't there, 100%. So in college, I decided to major in computer science and professional writing. And because I figured, computers are going to be around for a while. So, and I had the best time telling people after I graduated, when I would meet guys in a bar or something, and I would look at them and go, they'd ask, like, oh, what do you do? And I'd say, oh, I'm a computer engineer. They were always like, what? Because people don't expect that from me. But yeah, so I did that for 12 or 13 years after college until 2015, when I could finally kind of leave that computer engineering world and just be a full-time writer. But throughout that whole period, I was still writing, still pursuing my passion for writing, still playing the piano, and really just keeping up with all of that, as well as working full time, as well as trying to have a social life and everything that goes along with your 20s and 30s. But yeah, so finally in 2015, I was like corporate world and became a full-time writer.
So that's interesting. So you have this passion since you are young. You know that you want to do this, but because you have to make a living, you work in the corporate.
Yeah, that was my day job for a lot of days. And one of my favorite quotes is that no one knows how many nights goes into being an overnight success. And I'm not saying that I'm an overnight success or that I've reached that pinnacle, or that people see me as that, but it's true. Like, you have to work for it. You have to work at your passion. I think there's 3 key things that really anyone could do. And the first is figure out what you're passionate about, because what is life without passion? Like, we're, you know what I mean? Like, find your passion. For me, I was lucky. I knew what that was early. And But find whatever it is that makes you happy, that you can just lose hours doing and that you enjoy. And then, for a twist on that, try to think about how you can use that passion to help others. So, and that's really what I try to do with writing, which I know may sound funny because it's romance novels, but um, but yeah. So I think number one, find your passion and think about how you can use that to benefit um, mankind in the world. The second tip that I have is work hard at it. Practice your craft, whatever that is. For me, I pretty much write. My goal is to write 1,500 to 2,000 words every day. Um, at least 1,000. If I get to one day, it's a rough day, I'll give myself a break. But at least 1,000, sometimes 2,000, sometimes 2,500 on a really good day. But I've met so many people who say they want to write or they want to do whatever, fill in the blank. And I'm like, oh, that's great. Have you started writing anything? And they're like, no, but I've been thinking about it for 8 years. So I just really encourage people to find that passion and then practice that. You have to be a writer. I have to write. To be a musician, you have to play an instrument. So that's the second thing. Work hard at your passion. And then the third thing I think is really a key that, especially in the entertainment industry, I feel like is so important. And that's really just be kind, you know? Even Marilyn Monroe was fired from projects because from, being late, being unprofessional, all these other things. And I'm sure people have heard of stories of celebrities who have things haven't worked out because of them, you know, I don't want to swear, but but it's true. And I feel like just from being kind in doing a good job on set and using my passion to help whatever that project is, I've gotten so many referrals for other projects. That's how I get all of my work is through referrals for that kind of stuff. So, um, yeah.
Who's inspired you to write?
So I feel like a lot of my inspiration for the stories comes from just real life and conglomerations of events. And I think about like the ultimate goal, for example, with the Monte Carlo book, the ultimate goal is really to help women feel empowered to make smart choices during dating. So I do that through this, romantic comedy story. And, it talks about this girl who was raised on a farm, who pursued her dreams in Hollywood, became an actress. She's on her way to the red carpet, winds up meeting this handsome Londoner that she falls for. And, but she learns like along the way how to set her boundaries and just really develop that deep emotional connection with someone rather than just physical gratification, because that part can be kind of easy to get but the harder part is really how do we develop that connection and grow that connection with someone.
Tell me about the book, Monte Carlo, and your project. Like what book you already published, and what's the new book that you're gonna publish?
Currently I have 3 books published, and I actually have presents for you, Rosie.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, let me see here. So the first book that I did was the textbook. So let me give that to you.
Okay, so what is the textbook?
So that book is really about how we can text better with
Okay.
other people. Texting has become the number one way that people communicate, and across the globe, really. Um, and there's so many opportunities for miscommunications and pitfalls, and which cause rifts in relationships and misunderstandings and all these things that can be so easily avoided by just following a couple tips in the book. So that it's available on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, all the bookstores. But so that's the main purpose for that book. Being a writer, since I was little, having studied writing, having written hundreds of guides for corporations and Fortune 50, companies globally, I learned, to really look at conversations and how people have them and develop them and what goes into them. There's also a fun quiz in the book. So you can take this quiz and figure out what your texting personality is.
Oh, nice. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. And the other book that you've been published?
So there's two more. The second one is called Effective Business Writing, which I don't have. I don't even have a copy of that book. Like I should get one. But
And the third one?
yeah, the third one is ta-da, the Monte Carlo book, and these are autographed for you.
Oh, thank you.
But a lot of people have said that I look like the model on the book, which
I thought that's you, honestly.
which makes me laugh, and like I take it as a huge compliment because she is a great bet. But yeah, so this is my first novel that I've written, and a good friend of mine was visiting me in LA, and we were lying around at the beach, and she was like, Liz, someday I'm going to come to the beach and see everyone reading a copy of your book. And I was like, you know what? That would be great, but I don't think people are going to want to read about like English grammar rules and how to text better. She said, no, 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 no. You have to write a steamy romance novel. And she said, I know you have one in you. And she said, just take the Monte Carlo story and just write it how you want it to end. So I was like, okay, challenge accepted. So yeah, that's kind of how this book came about. So I got the idea over July 4th weekend, started writing it, doing my 2,000 words a day, and it was published in November.
Oh, wow. So it takes July, August, September, October, 5 months.
Yeah, about 5 months to get from first draft through editing to the bookshelves. So
And congratulations. I heard
thank
a
you.
lot of good review about the book.
Yeah, it has 5 stars on Amazon.
Yes.
So very exciting.
And do you think you want to see it one day on the big screen?
Well, rumor has it that it is in the hands of the director and a few A-listers right now, so we'll see what happens. But, fingers crossed, salt over the left shoulder, prayers, whatever it takes. But no, I do think it would be a great movie. And I think just, a movie that really speaks to women. I've heard from women in their 50s, in their 60s, in their 70s, all the way to their 20s about how much they've enjoyed it and they've laughed out loud and they felt empowered and just everything that I hoped the book would do. And it's actually selling worldwide in multiple countries. It's only available in English, so sorry
Oh,
everyone.
wow.
But yeah, so it's really doing well. So I'm excited.
It's also in Amazon?
Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, all the places.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank
And
you.
thank you for the gift.
Yeah, you're
I'm gonna
welcome.
so the Monte Carlo book, is
Yes.
that based on your story?
Busted. No, so truth be told, I did go to the Monte Carlo with a friend
A
one night.
friend. Cool.
Yeah. Well, a friend from London. Just she had lived in LA for a while and moved back to London. And so I met her in London. We went to Monte Carlo in the south of France, which was beautiful. While we were at the Monte Carlo, we did meet a group of Londoners.
Oh.
And so I did use some of, like any form of art, it mirrors events in life. But and same with the characters in the book. Really, they're like these embellished conglomerations of people that I know. So it's, but yes, so I did meet a handsome Londoner.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, while I was at the Monte Carlo, but just got an email. When was that? A couple of weeks ago. And the subject line said, "Congratulations, you've won," or "You've been awarded." And I was like, "Oh, what's this, spam?" I almost deleted it without reading it, but something told me to like open that one. So I did, and here I had been awarded the top 25 global like emerging screenwriters award.
Wow,
So
congratulations.
yeah, so that was a very unexpected but welcome surprise. But yeah, so that literally just happened.
And that's not overnight. You've been writing like for how long?
Well, really since I was 8.
Yeah.
But I would say pursuing writing really since 1996.
Your first book, how much money you make on your first published book?
Well, there were mornings when I woke up in the daily. Of course, you know, every day I'm like checking the daily royalties on my dashboard. But there were days where it was at 17 cents. So it's not like I'm doing this for money by any means. But yeah, it really has been a journey, and I think that's where you have to look at your passion and purpose. Like, why are you doing this, and who are you doing this for? And that to me really, you know, keeps me going. My oldest brother, who's a director, film director, he told me a long time ago. He calls me Beth, actually, but he said, "Beth, follow your passion in life, because your passion will lead to money." Or wait, is that what he said?
Let's call him.
Yeah, come on. Follow your passion and the money will come. That's what he said. Follow your passion and the money will come. And it started off with 17 cents.
Not even enough to buy Starbucks.
No.
Half cups. You don't
Yeah.
even get half cups of Starbucks.
Maybe an ice cube from Starbucks.
Ice cube of Starbucks.
Yeah. Maybe. But yeah, so you know, you just start off with your, you know, nickel, and then you move forward, and soon you have 2 or 3 nickels, and you can afford a full cup of Starbucks.
Oh, wow. Wow. But that's a really good advice. Follow your passion, and the money
will follow.
And the money will follow. Wow, that's powerful.
Yeah. He's a good older brother.
So you are one of the superhero that I can say I look up to. So
thank you.
can you share your superpower? What's your 3 superpower as a writer?
As a writer. Glad you specified. No. So as a writer, you know, I think I try to think about like, how can I make things fun? So I think in writing, like, how can I make it more fun? And writing already brings me so much joy internally. So I feel like when I have that, I'm able to share that with other people. So I think evoking that that feeling of fun and that feeling of joy and being able to share that with others is huge. So I would say that is a writing superpower. I think my second writing superpower probably ties in with the first, just my passion that keeps me going and keeps me doing it. My third superpower as a writer is my purpose. Really, just thinking about like, why do I want to do this every day? Like, yeah, I love it, but like, what is it that's driving me? And really, it's that I do want to help other people, and through my stories. And it's not for glory or fame or for money, but it's really to help other people feel empowered and become all they can be.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So you are single. Woo-woo.
I am single.
You're beautiful and single.
Yeah.
And if you can write your partner, like for example, you can write your future partner. And remember, this is broadcasting international, so you might find that person. So, what, how it's he like in your novel, Elizabeth-Rossi?
Well, I do feel like the lead character Trent would have a lot of the qualities. He's very caring about Emma and looking after her and her needs. But really, I do have a list on a sticky note of like 5 things. But
five things that you are on the sticky note that you're looking in the guys. Okay, what's that?
So I feel like they need to have their shit together in life. Yes. Like, you just have to be in a good place in life. I think I should have reviewed my sticky note. Someone, I tend to be a very active person. I love to do a lot of different things like salsa dancing and skiing and tennis and hiking and these different things. So someone who can share some of those would be wonderful. I think someone who has a passion to also help others through their whatever it is that they're doing is key, because it's not all about me, or it's not all about us. Like I want to make a difference in the world and make an impact. So someone who shares that vision. Obviously, passion. I'm a passionate person, so that that level of chemistry definitely needs to be there. And gosh, I forget what the fifth one is.
Who are you doing this for?
I am doing this for you, Rosie, and every.
All these things is just for me.
It's for you.
Oh my God, I didn't know you read a novel. It's all for me.
Well, for you and everyone who sees this video and everyone who doesn't see the video. So I feel like I've covered everyone. But really, that's who I'm doing it for. I feel like hopefully people will read the books and be able to escape, from their daily stressors of life and be able to laugh and just escape for a moment and remember what it's like to fall in love and have those feelings and just kind of escape. And hopefully through the stories they'll see the two strong lead characters who have come from humble backgrounds, but they've strived, they've made something of themselves, and they haven't given up. So hopefully, I hope that will inspire a lot of people.
That's beautiful. Thank you.
It might be a lot to ask from a romance novel, but
so tell me a little bit about your fourth book that you are about to publish.
Yeah. So that will be coming out. That'll be coming out the end of this month, I think, or early March.
Okay.
And it is a sequel to the Monte Carlo book, and it's called New Year's in Paris. So I don't want to give too much away, but it is based around New Year's, and it is in Paris. But same kind of purpose behind that book. I want to make people laugh, and it's a continuation of Emma and Trent's story from the first book, and a lot of ups and downs that they go through, and the choices that they make, and how those choices affect their relationships.
So what do you want to be remembered? Your legend?
Wow, that's a really good question. I think what I want to be remembered for is just being a kind-hearted, loving person to really everyone that I meet. Granted, if you see me before 9:30, as we've discussed, I'm not a morning person. But, I feel like I want to be remembered for really following the two main commandments in life, to love God and love each other. And so I want to be remembered for love.
Thank you so much. That's really wonderful.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, this has been great. Thank you so much. And I do hope that people will find value in this, and feel free to reach out to me through my website, Elizabeth-Rossi.com. And all of the books, you can Google the books online and buy them at your favorite bookstore. Yeah, but thank you, Rosie. This has been wonderful.
Yes, it's so wonderful. It's my pleasure. I learned a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, you're so beautiful. Can I give you a hug?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for watching. I hope you get inspired by this interview. Life without a passion is nothing. Follow your passion and the money will follow. And it takes a hard work to make your passion come true. We are someone's superhero. Be the change, leave a legacy that lasts for loved one. If you like my channel, please like, share, and subscribe. You get yourself tangled?
Yeah, I think I did. Okay.
Okay. Ready? One more time. Circling around.
Circling.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.